Greetings, Ranger fans, and welcome to another edition of Database Rangers Power Reviews, where we take a look back on all of the classic episodes of Database Rangers Power Reviews as we continue our 100-week countdown to the 100th and final episode of the series. Thank you to everyone who's already joined us tonight. Sean, Chris, Lex, Jenny, good to see you all. I hope you're having a great evening, great week, great month. Welcome, Scott. Yeah, I know Linkara just just posted his history of the Power Rangers Beast Morphers this week, and this week has obviously been the first week of Power Month for Hasbro, with a ton of reveals from the Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover comic, where they're having all these Lightning Connection figures, which is kind of amazing. Like, we've got 3 2-packs and the single figure of Green Ranger Shredder, and they all look awesome. And I know that there was the Fan First Friday today, talking about the design elements of all those, showing a cool poster and all the cool poses they can do. So that's been exciting for a lot of people with those figures. Ironically, this is the same week that I've been catching up on finishing up my Humble Bundle comics, so I am actually in the process of finally finishing the Power Rangers Ninja Turtles crossover. So amusing timing on that. Welcome Hayden, welcome Nightwing Josh, welcome Jola. Good to see you all. So I don't know if I'm not a big collector type, especially compared to some people in the fandom. I do like to pick up the occasional figures here and there. I will admit that it's definitely a temptation. It's a bit of a large investment, because there's 7 figures in the set, and you kind of want the whole set. So that is a fair sized investment in the figures. But it's definitely tempting, as somebody who was a big fan of Ninja Turtles prior to Power Rangers premiering. Although I haven't kept up with Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I watched obviously the original series back when it was airing, when I was just a wee youngin'. And I loved the 2003 series. I enjoyed the 2012 series when I eventually caught up with that. Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is definitely a different series, and I haven't finished watching that yet. I'm not sure if they're still making episodes of that one. But yeah, lots of stuff going on. I still need to catch up on the more recent Power Rangers comics, with the Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers issues that came out that are post Humble Bundle. So there's still a fair bit for me to catch up on, although I have read Edge of Darkness, as I've mentioned before. With regards to what I've been up to this week, one thing that I will give you guys as a quick little notice, is that MJ is out with some friends this evening, so if I do hear RJ making any noise in the other room, I am going to have to run off to take care of them and make sure they're doing okay, but they are, at the moment, sleeping soundly, knock on wood. Now, as far as progress with Power Reviews, I've been doing actually a lot of writing this week, trying to finish up some of the remaining scripts. At this stage, all of the final scripts are in some stage of completion. Like, there's, out of the remaining 7 episodes, 2 of the scripts are completely done, 2 of the scripts are half done, 3 of the scripts only have, like, the conclusions to finish up. Because I was primarily focusing on making sure that I had all the scenes taken care of that required other people. So I'm hoping to at least wrap up one of those over the course of this weekend. Again, fingers crossed, knock on wood. And do some major filming on Monday and Tuesday. Hopefully knocking out a bunch of scenes for myself, because I've been focusing on filming with everybody else, that I still have a ton of stuff to film for myself. And hopefully wrapping up all remaining filming for 94. I do have a good amount of footage for 94, but it's not done yet. And once I have all that footage, I'll be able to have a better gauge of whether I'll be able to hit my personal deadline of releasing 94 by the end of this month, which I really, really would like to do. I feel like episode 94 is going to be a very appropriate episode for Power Month, and I hope that you all enjoy it when it comes out. It's going to be a pretty big one. It's definitely been a long time in the making. So, hello there, Andrew. Oh, you're watching from North Island. Wow. I don't know what time it is over there. Hopefully not keeping you up too late. Did I see the Zord toys? Oh, the Dino Fury Zords? Unless there was something else that came out recently. I have seen those online. I do like they have that combining aspect between the pairs to get that extra playability. I'm so behind on Zords, and I feel like I got almost nothing from the Beast Morphers toy line. I'm so far behind on so many things. Outside of like Lightning Collection figures. Even though I was such a big fan of the Zords in Go Busters. Which is just kind of ironic. Anyway, so obviously there was a lot to catch up on with the past week. And this is going to continue to be a crazy month. So let's move right forward for the thing that everybody's here that I expect everybody's here for, which is to talk about this classic episode of Power Reviews. But before we do, let's not forget our opening 3 equally non-controversial phrases. So, say with me, chat. Number 1, Black Lives Matter. Number 2, fascism is bad. And number 3, say with me, chat. Superheroes are fun. These should all be considered a baseline equally non-controversial to say. So, all that said, and for whatever reason, like, despite these being equally non-controversial phrases, YouTube just tried to block, like, one of you guys tried to say it along with me. Anyway, so, with all that underway, let's take a look. Speaking of big episodes, let's take a look at episode 38 of Database Rangers Power Reviews, our review of Power Rangers Lost Galaxy episode 18, The Rescue Mission.
Previously on Power Review. I have a date. I have a publisher.
This was definitely a big one that I was excited for, because The Rescue Mission is such a classic episode. I still love that punch in the face. And then everything from episode 35 is kind of coming back for this episode, because we laid down all that groundwork. And this is the first episode where Database, like, actually decides to take action. Like, the decision was the previous episode, but this is him actually making that action. Also, those sunglasses that I insert into my regular glasses. And I love that I can always direct my vision straight at the camera. And that's explained, and even though it's never explicitly explained, this shot is also ridiculous. So, keep in mind, I was filming that myself. I didn't have anyone off-screen to play off of, so I just had to time that just right to edit in the voiceovers and post. And this whole sequence is so ridiculous, and I love it so much. I love this whole bit And the perfect timing of his mother calling. Everything about this is so much fun. And yeah, sorry, Hayden. It's too much time has passed since the first episode of Grid Defense, and now there's an entire Power Ranger series using that same footage. So, it's unfortunately had to be delayed. Oh, now here's a fun little fact. You can see down in the corner, the laptop that I have with the script on it is actually there in that one windowsill. And then that slow walk as I transition into reviewing the episode, just like I said I absolutely wouldn't.
Did Mike from Samurai even have a last name? Oh, and not to be confused with Mad Mike Pizza Man. I heard that. Anywho, Commander
So many
Stanley is
Mikes.
trying in vain
Mike,
to have a
Mike,
conversation
Mike,
with
Mike.
clearly looped video transmission crying out for help.
Oh, getting a little buffery here. Dang. Are we running into an ad? What's happening? Come on. Ah. Buffer. I don't want to find out why. I just want it to stop. It's freezing up. Oh, come on. You kidding me? Why is it buffering? Ah. You see, this is one of the tricky things whenever you have a live stream. There's always going to be some sort of technical issues. All right, I'm just going to try refreshing, because right now it's just frozen, which is awful. But I can keep talking. Wow, what is going on here? You kidding me? Okay, I'm going to refresh. Was it trying to do like an update? No, don't try and do an update. None of that is acceptable. This computer's trying to do like an update in the middle of everything. I'm so sorry, everyone. I should have tried grabbing a different laptop. I was worried that this laptop might have problems on me today, and it sure enough is having problems with loading. What is it doing? What is happening here? Okay, it just jumped back to the beginning. Let me see if I can get back to the spot where we were. So, always a tried and true pastime of these live streams that there's almost always some sort of technical issue, unfortunately. I don't know what's going on here. I may need to go grab a different laptop. This one may just be dying on me right now.
The episode begins
Okay.
Space Colony Terravention.
Okay, there we go.
With Mike walking onto the bridge.
There we go. Mike is walking onto the bridge. We're talking about all the different mics. Okay, I mean, hopefully this will actually run past this time. And it's also funny because I just had done the Mad Mike episode just a few episodes prior. For episode 34, where, wow, it was 4 episodes ago already. That was a month ago now. Lost Galaxy did have a nice sort of epic intro riff there that really kind of emphasized that it was going for this big space opera feel. I'm still kind of sad that we haven't had a proper Power Rangers space opera season since Lost Galaxy. Like, we had 2 great space-themed seasons back-to-back with Power Rangers in Space and then Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. And then, outside of SPD, which is really more of a future cop kind of season than it is a space-based season. We haven't had any other space-based seasons since Lost Galaxy, and that makes me sad. As does the continued buffering. Okay, there it is. Oh wow, wait, no, the sound and the video got out of whack there.
Who's always stopped being the bait. Our rebelliously righteous Red Ranger, Leo Corbett.
How did the audio get so out of sync? Give me a moment. Sorry. Ah. Okay. Let's try that. Okay, there it goes. Now it's synced back up. Except, of course, it's freezing again. Are you kidding me? Okay, I may need to go run and grab my backup laptop. Because this is getting ridiculous. Okay, I'm gonna run and grab that other laptop so we can keep doing it. Oh, there. Oh, now you're going. Okay, yeah. The moment. Oh, perfect time. Oof. I am glad that I did get to cover Power of Pink later on.
And finally, Stanton's second in command, Leo's older brother Mike, the original wielder of the red quasar saber until he fell down a hole, had his life force stolen, was stuck inside a vengeance-driven Pullman for a while.
It's always fun doing those full recaps of a season. This thing's gonna keep faking me out. The recap of the season across the course of the opening credits analysis. Even though I don't do that anymore in the more recent episode reviews, just because now I'm covering seasons that we've already talked about. So it's really much more focused on those individual episodes as opposed to introducing the season as a whole. Like, Power Reviews in many regards is a huge primer on the history of Power Rangers. Like, I try my best to make it accessible, but it is a series where it's not necessarily accessible to jump in at. Oh, always a good fun gag. Walking into the wrong space there. But it's a show where I try to make sure that it's accessible from the beginning moving through, where I introduce all of the different elements that are important as we go through. So ostensibly there shouldn't need to be knowledge of Power Rangers outside of what's covered in Power Reviews, outside of, understanding little things as they come along. But I try to make sure that I do that full coverage. Oh, that was kind of funny. There was the footage that I was using was apparently of an airing on Jetix when Mystic Force was out, because it just showed a little ad for Mystic Force across the bottom. And yeah, the Starship Troopers armor. I cannot tell you how much I was sweating this entire episode. Because, keep in mind, I'm wearing a full suit. I have 3 pillows stuffed in that shirt. And this is like the middle of August that I was filming this. I was sweating buckets filming these episodes. To the extent that I literally sweated all the way through all 3 pillows. Like, when I actually, at the end of the day after filming all this, took everything off, all 3 pillows deep. And the pillow all the way out here was sweaty. It was that bad. And I was wearing a shirt underneath all that too.
Suddenly, they hear the sound of gunfire and run off to find the rest
This episode
what could be called
was kind of murder to film.
contact protocol.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun to film, but it was so hot.
Poor Jasper. First his wife leaves him to become the source of all good magic, and now this. I can't even imagine.
It's also fun to make reference to Ed Neal and his recurring background roles.
No! Soup agents are designated by letter, not name.
Of course not. It's R again. Agents are again.
Oh, come on. You're buffering during the R again bit? This is so fun because we later had an Agent R. And... oh, come on. Okay. Let me see if I can get this up somewhere else so that I don't need to keep relying upon this laptop that is failing me. DRPR 38. I'm glad this is a fun way for you to kick off your weekend. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna try and sync it back up where I was. I was on the R again bit. And I'm gonna try switching over to this other laptop and seeing if this other laptop will work for me. There's the HDMI cable. So sorry again for the inconvenience. Oh, I gotta drag this over there first. There we go. Okay. And bring it on volume. Good. And play. Here we go. 7:51. All right. Hargan.
No! Soup agents are designated by letter.
Also,
name.
the sunglasses that I have there, or that that our agent has here, I just went out and bought like 3 sets of sunglasses that are all identical, and I keep lending them out to the different agents as we go through.
So Mike sends the panicked Hargan to go wait at
And the lemon ice water bit. Like, there's so many fun little bits to fun little references to things that we had seeded into the show episodes and episodes ago. You know, the lemon ice water bit is from the housewarming party gag. And then we actually, I believe, may have had a similar sort of reference in Guys Welcome Back Party, but I can't quite remember if we actually did it there too. But then the sedatives is a reference all the way back to that first bit of the series. Oh, and here we go. Instinct's kicking right in.
Database.
Also, that door is not actually a closet.
I lost signal. It looked like another power surge. What happened?
Nothing. I was just putting these 2 guys in the closet.
Me too.
What? So long, guy. Listen, the creature naps the book for some
I love those little lapses where he's got these fighting abilities that he's still not even aware of. All right. So the sedatives is a reference to back in episodes 7 and 8 when Dr. K first sedated Database, leading to the first Dr. K review, and then and also to the first the first Christmas special when Database spiked the eggnog as revenge. So that's where those sedatives come from. I realized that it didn't make that he needed to have some sort of self-defense mechanism. And oh man, this was so difficult. Hanging upside down while stuffed with all the pillows in the suit while sweating so much. That was such a difficult shot to do, to actually balance and hang upside down while doing that on just a random ladder in a random building.
AKA the creature that producer J. Michael Straczynski wanted to personally apologize to his audience for. This goes to show what a difference a good suit actor can make. They make it to the hall door.
I also love being able to compare that to Babylon 5. The My Little Pony bit just felt like a funny gag. You know, that was back when My Little Pony was kind of a big thing with a lot of people. And it sounded funny to me for just a handful of soup agents to just be bronies. Like, it just seemed like something that would be just very unexpected, feel out of character, in a way that would be amusing. That's really the gist of it. I still have not seen any of Friendship is Magic. I may have seen some of My Little Pony back in the actual 80s, but that's about it.
Finally safe and away, Mike and Leo inspect the mysterious book, curious over what new stories may
also,
and that's the end of the episode.
there we go, I got the little lemonade. Also, fun fact, every time that you don't see the face of an agent, that agent is me. So those two agents were also me. So I went in there, I sat down at each computer, and then I shot myself in the middle, knocking, and I just composited it all in post, rather than try and regroup people. I think that shot was done at like 11 o'clock or something random at night. That was in my college theater, and that's actually the sound booth, I believe. Or it might be the lighting booth. I forget which one it is. If it's the lighting booth or the sound booth. No. With those monitors, that's the lighting booth. And so the way that I shot that was from outside of the lighting booth. And the way that it's set up, the lighting booth is up in a balcony. So in order to shoot that, I actually borrowed the scaffolding, rolled it over in front of the lighting booth, put my camera up on top of the scaffolding, pointed at the lighting booth, and then hit record, crawled down the scaffolding, ran up the stairs, ran out of the theater, ran up the stairs, up to the lighting booth, shot the bit in the middle, shot the bit on either side, ran back down the stairs, ran back into the theater, hurried back up the scaffolding to turn the camera back off. That was so ridiculous to film. Do I regret the Megaforce flash drive? No. I felt like having a Power Rangers themed flash drive just made sense. And I happened to have that.
Likewise, while the plot is kept simple, slow, and deliberate for the purposes of indulging in the atmosphere, this results in some minor pacing issues, most notably with the weakly executed transition into the third act, which lacks explanation for the...
Yeah, I was just using whatever footage I could find.
Security system's a joke. It looks like their standards have really been slipping.
So does that mean...
Don't worry, I'm all over it.
Overall, this episode is quite a success.
Also, I want to say, with regards to the Starship Troopers armor, kudos to Kyle Calgren on wrapping up his big Starship Troopers retrospective. That was a massive project that he just finished up, exploring a bunch of connections between the background of the author of the original book, the background of the director of the movie, and how his life actually connected to both of those backgrounds. So that was a big 3-part series that just wrapped up this week and was very impressive. Hey Gamma. And that right there is a big setup for a plot point that obviously doesn't pop up until way later. But that again just sort of highlights how far in advance things were foreshadowed. Obviously, K Alpha has been properly introduced as a character now, but this was back in episode 38. We do not physically see K Alpha until episode 90. No, not episode 9. Episode 80, and it was only for like a quick glimpse and then the other characters don't actually get to meet her until episode 90. But that was a key point there that I wanted to make sure to do was K Gamma, to emphasize that she's the third K, just to set up that mystery. And yes, Nightwing Josh, this is our intro to Dr. C, who still remains one of my favorite characters, and it really comes down to Chris Kowalski's performance. He just has so much fun and brings such life. I was going to cycle between different doctors to try and just sort of flesh out the ranks of Alphabet Soup, but I just had so much fun with his character, and we only get to see a brief glimpse of him at the end of this episode, and we really get to meet him at the beginning of the next episode. But oh wait, am I frozen for you guys? I think it might be you, Jenny. I'm not sure. But yeah, Dr. C is so much fun because he's such a flip on Dr. K in so many different regards. In a very similar way to Gem and Gemma, but without having the companionship of a second person, and without having the fighting ability of those two. And we get to see Dr. C's backstory a bit in episode 87, which is another episode I'm very proud of. Where we learn that he's so obsessed with finding the Doctor's K, with the different subjects K, because he was raised searching for her and being told that she was going to be his friend. And all he's ever wanted is a friend. That's all he's really looking for. Yeah, he has really screwed up morals when it comes to science. But it's all because of the framework in which he's grown up and his desire for friendship, his need for approval. Whether it's from the different subjects K, or from the directors, or Guy, having just sitting down with him for pizza was like a big thing for Dr. C, and it's actually kind of sad that he ended up getting manipulated, although it didn't actually end up bothering him that much, which, again, speaks to his personal broken psyche. There are a lot of broken psyches in this show. How did I get my phone ringtone to be the MMPR computer beep, communicator beep? Oh, very simply, I didn't. I just added the sound effect in post. I found the communicator beep sound online and downloaded the clip and just used the audio in the episode. It wasn't actually my ringtone at the time. I think I just always had mine on buzz, and I never actually sought out a ringtone. Yeah, we still got some more stuff left to see from Dr. C. He unfortunately has bad run of things a lot of the time. But I do always enjoy whenever he's on screen. He just brings a lot of life to the character. And which is one of the reasons I enjoyed having him in episode 91. Even though unfortunately we don't get to see he's because there's so much focus on so many of the other characters, he doesn't get to take as much of a part in the action a lot of the time. But whenever I can find a good opportunity to put him in there, I will. And part of that is Chris is also just a great guy to work with, and that's really one of the big things that has led to most of the recurring characters. Like the amount of time that the level of prominence a character has in the show is almost directly proportional to how reliably available I know they are. Like there are some people who I really enjoy working with, but I only managed to get them in for one bit because I happened to bring them in for a character that was minor and didn't make sense to bring that character back in a major way. But like Agent R got fleshed out a lot, in part because she was one of the few that had been sort of established as a recurring agent already, and I want to try and flesh out specific agents during year 2. And since Agent H got sucked into the hiatus, Agent R was the only one remaining, so her role ended up getting expanded considerably. But I felt like that worked really well, and I got to give her some really good backstory that we got to explore in episode 87 as well. Episode 87 has so much fun backstory. But yeah, there's so much that sort of starts coming together at this stage in the show. As I said before, we're referencing stuff from the first run of episodes. We're referencing stuff from the housewarming party. We're referencing all the different locations that I had previously gone through on my way out of Alphabet Soup. I have the sunglasses I borrowed from Mitch Moore-Potzner that he was wearing in episode 36. I'm wearing the suit jacket that I had used back in like episode 14. I borrowed the shirt and pants from Mitch Moore-Potzner. There's the bit about me having a manuscript because I'm still on the whole trend of their front of being a publishing company. There's so much that I feel really got to come together and get paid off here. And in the next few episodes of Power, there is going to be some very big payoffs coming soon. I hope that they are satisfying for people. And I will say that the stuff that is coming is stuff that has been planned for a very, very long time. There's going to be some stuff happening in the next episode that has been in the works since 2012. Like the stuff that's coming up like next episode is something that I've had planned to be in this series since late 2012, back when like during the first run and first 12 episodes. So it's exciting that I'll finally get to that next stage of the plot. I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm hoping that it will be satisfying for you guys, for all you Ranger fans out there. I hope you enjoy what's coming in the next episodes. There's definitely going to be plenty of that classic Database Rangers Power Reviews, humor, action, lore, plot twists. These final 7 episodes, there's a lot. There's maybe a little bit of breather here and there, but especially the final 3, where we're going to be wrapping everything up. I really hope that it feels worth the long journey when we get there. All right. So, all that said, it is getting late. Should probably wrap things up. Thank you again. I've probably yammered on long enough, and we'll have plenty more to discuss in the next episode with Undercover Rangers and the rescue of Mayo. Did I explain how I got... Yes. Sorry, Jenny. I know that you had the computer issue. I didn't, actually. I just edited into the video in post. I had found the clip online, downloaded it, edited into the video in post, so it wasn't actually my ringtone. So, the answer to how the communicator beep was my ringtone, wasn't really edited later, as with many things. So let's wrap things up with our final 3 equally non-controversial phrases. Number 1, say it with me, chat. Love is love. Number 2, say it with me, chat. Trans rights are human rights. And number 3, say it with me, chat. Robots are cool. I think this guy's pretty cool. So let's keep things rolling. Keep spreading the word of Power Reviews, because I want to try and build up the hype as we're getting into these final 7 episodes. And I look forward to seeing what you all think of it. So keep your eyes peeled. There's going to be, hopefully, fingers crossed, knocking on wood, trailer coming out in the next week or so for episode 94, if everything goes smoothly across the course of this next week. Again, knocking on wood. But until then, thank you all very much. And until next time, farewell, Ranger fans, and let the power protect you.